He tried to play both McGusty and Likes in their loss at Duke on Tuesday. Probably regrets it, so they will be day-to-day going forward.
These guys have watched their entire lives growing up. The dream come true to be able to play here, but not always the best case scenario in a debut.
Back out front, it comes to Playtech. High post to Garrison Brooks. He has been very good lately. That's a rarity for big guys. Usually those who lead. Blackness fires. Robinson the offensive rebound. Big guys usually don't log the minutes that Brooks has been doing this year. Off the front rim, he has struggled mightily this year with a jump shot. Brooks gives it back. Playtech attacks, and he's denied the block shot by Rodney Miller. It's to go out onto the court here at the Dean Dome and hear from the 20,000 strong watching the hoop game.
And Mac Brown still got it, as you can tell.
3 straight victories to get over 500. It makes everybody feel good about football heading into next year. Playtech. This time finds the ring.
The back possessions, you get Brandon Robinson knocking down to 2, and Playtech knocking down to 3.
Rodney Miller ends a 5-minute scoreless streak for the Canes.
Here, when they didn't have much depth up front, they stuck with the plan of keeping him as a redshirt and not burning that year.
Brooks, no. On the offensive rebound is Pierce. He missed, but Baycott able to tip it home. Number of ways. He played only 3 minutes against UNCW back in November. Took a blow to the head. Turnaround jumper is good.
Oregon game where they were playing in the Bahamas. So he played against Ohio State as well against Virginia with the torn meniscus. Never had it checked out. And I believe they have a chance when he comes back. But it's tough to get it done without him, as many of the injuries they've had this year.
Christian Keeling, 4 quick points off the bench.
Not in too big of a hole to where they can't. Things are difficult for them because when you look at what comes up next for North Carolina, they have a number of tough games.
No, it's more recent than that.
And if I can remember correctly, and I'm just going straight off the top of the dome, I believe it was Alexander Julian who made the design. Was injured in that car accident, so glad to see him back on the court.
Brooks from the free throw line, it rims out. Tip in is good by Justin Pierce.
That's the problem. They haven't found anywhere to be able to turn, and give Roy Williams credit for recognizing that they needed to put pressure on this Miami team, and also give him credit for getting B-Rock back in the lineup. Tell you what Brandon does not do well. His Roy impression was not very good. I've heard much better Roy impressions.
Uh-oh, to the rim. Anthony Walker, the freshman from Baltimore.
Nice take, and Coach Larinaga talked to us about his athletic ability. And coming down, his shoe comes off.
The biggest issue is he needs to learn to play through his mistakes. But he has not made any mistakes since coming off the bench. 4 quick points for the Canes. Playtech's got 5, the former Guilderland Dutchman.
And right now, North Carolina getting it done on both ends of the floor. Is KJ Smith actually back into the lineup, and that would be a son, and how that went back to him recruiting Cole Anthony, who attended Argosy Memorial for 3 years before transferring to Oak Hill.
Kenny Smith, Kenny Anderson. 4.5 every day for 4 years, taking the bus from the Bronx to Queens to go to high school. So 3 hours a day on the bus to go play for Jack Curran. That's how important it was for him to play at Malone.
Who would you consider to be the best all-time? Oh, that's a great block by Wong on that possession. But who would you consider to be the greatest all-time Duke point guard?
Vasiljevic with 3 more points.
Went to Duke is because he was under the assumption that because of the Malloy relationship with Kenny Smith.
As for them going to the Fog this afternoon. From the corner, Christian Keeling. You know, he can score 1,600 points in 3 years at Charleston Southern.
At this point, no way he could go in this game.
So right there, you're losing 30 points per game if you're the Hurricanes. Robinson. Tell you what.
And the recipe to play against North Carolina right now, especially, is to play the zone, because they haven't shot the basketball well all season long. As you see Walker with another spectacular play, a big battle. So that game will be heavily watched by the Dallas area in this one. Taking a hit in that game and was unable to play at Virginia Tech. Didn't even make the trip on Wednesday as he watched his team from home suffer that double overtime loss.
Here he is again. That would have been his 4th made 3 of the day. Isaiah Wong, coast to coast. There's a young man who loves to attack the basket. Robinson, Keeling, Black, Baycott, and Brooks out there for UNC. Nice feed. Baycott strong to the rim for two. And the foul. A shout out to Richard Hamlin's program.
Well, then you would say Corey Alexander Basketball School if that were the case. Rich Hamlin did a great job with him on the, by the way. Wahoo wah, you
Here's your man Hot Rod working the post again. Boy, even with a little tug of the jersey from behind.
Anthony Miller has truly grown as a basketball player. Those are plays that he would not have made as a freshman coming into Miami, but you see the patience that he's playing with now.
Harlan Beverly lays it in. Here goes B-Rob. Knocked away by Miller to Baycott, who throws it down at the horn.
Pittsburgh and against Clemson. Ended up losing both those games because of poor second halves, allowing the opponents to get back into the game and not finishing. It's because that you have a big lead. Do not take your foot off the gas pedal. Continue to play. And, of course, Roy Williams is a scoring coach. He loves to see points go on the board. It's hard to go to the other end and make shots when you've got to guard a guy like Chris Light. So, again, the fact that they're nowhere near as good offensively has made it easy for the Tar Heels.
Lead balloons once again.
And right now we're talking about B-Rob going back-to-back career highs on this floor. 27 against Clemson. And he is on his way to a career high night. You're supposed to make it up, Doug.
Yes.
Come on.
It's Carolina blue. And if we went to Durham, the sky would be Duke blue.
Would it? That's kind of scary. And you would not expect for North Carolina to come out and knock down 6 first-half three-pointers. But this guy has been on fire. Has seen a big basket here today. That's one you want to get the basketball back to him and allow him to take off with another three.
Vasilovic with his first clean look of the day, able to knock it down. UNC. Robinson.
That's why you find the hot hand. This one to try to get Roy Williams win number 880, surpassing Dean Smith on the all-time wins list.
Great interior passing, big to big.
For 13 second chance points for North Carolina, just one of the many areas where they've been great in this game.
Wong for three. It's good. Chris Likes and McGusty not playing due to injury. Keelan for two. Well, he has felt comfortable today.
North Carolina stepping up here on their home court and knocking down shots after having to play on the road their last 2 games. Comfortable back here in the Smith Center.
What a shot by Wong.
Ooh, Wong with a nice move there and the flex on the ground. And the finish. Does a great job finishing through the contact. The on-the-ground flex. Only problem with the flex.
You're down 30.
I got to point to the scoreboard.
Catholic League MVP with an impressive three-point play. Nonetheless, give him 8. But as you mentioned, Corey, still down by, well, once again, back to 29 points.
I'm still looking for my pair of headphones because I don't have them and I never received them. But the rest of the team did. But that's who he is as a basketball player, as a person.
He is from Guilderland, New York, through and through. Played 3 years of high school basketball for Coach Parks.
That's the first, 3-year school.
Playcheck's been a couple of years at Northfield Mount Herman.
Nice pass.
Great cut. Robinson lays it in off the dish by Baycott. As an assistant coach, he was clearly his professional mentor. Has an opportunity here this afternoon, and certainly looking like he's going to pass Coach Smith for 4th place on the all-time Division I wins list.
With Roy Williams about the fact that he is on the doorstep of 880 and passing his mentor Dean Smith. It's something that he says he's never thought of, never really cared to do, and they do for the remainder of this season.
It's been all Tar Heels this afternoon.
Great pass again.
Boy, Baycott and Brooks have just been carving up the interior of Miami. 17 points, 12 rebounds, and now 7 assists.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Now, if you would have told me coming into this season if a North Carolina freshman would get a triple-double this year.
Rebounding guard in the country?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I honestly believe he is. I mean, averaged a triple-double for us a year ago. And again, he attacks the glass on both ends of the floor a year ago. And they played with 7 scholarship players for the majority of the season.
Pierce with 3 more.
top 20 in active Division I victories. But he has seen his fair share of hardships, but he's also seen his fair share of successes at Miami.
Deeper into his bench with Willie Harrington, who just made that three-point shot, and Filippo's Gogos, who so far this year, Corey, coming into today, had played a total of 5 minutes. Wong with 3 more.
1998 Final Four team.
Throws down 2 more. I'll refresh your memory after the broadcast.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Or not. I'm still good with not having that information. That one, which may be a little bit quick for Coach Larinaga, but you'd rather the young fella be aggressive at this stage than be passive. As Andrew Platek.
Why were you claiming him then?
Oh, because he lives in Charlottesville, and he's a huge UVA basketball fan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, that's my guy. But, what's crazy is that
Brandon Huffman's come into the game. This is Ryan McAdoo. They hook up for a highlight. Coach Williams wanted nothing to do with any sort of celebration for having tied Coach Smith. Gogos with the steal. The chase down block by Rush. Rush trying to complete at the other end, can't do it. Huffman with his second slam dunk. Milestone victory for Coach Williams, but you know it's got to feel good as he wins number 880 in his illustrious career to pass Dean Smith for 4th on the all-time list.